Welcome to the Dolls and Queens Talk Show. Dolls and Queens Talk Show is a non-biased platform created for the expressions, experiences, and education about cosmetic surgery or body enhancements of any kind. I'm sure there's something you would like to know. Come on, let's go to the DQ Lab. Today's DQ Lab fact is, illness attributed to supernatural forces may be due to soul loss, ancestral spirits, tame household spirits, but can also be attributed to magical forces by humans in the form of curses. With that being said, today's guest believes she has the inner power to inspire the most dullest, depressing non-believer in any type of emotional feelings to change their mindset as she explores their mind, body, and soul through her coaching. I had to read it from the cards because this lady is phenomenal. Let me tell you guys, wait till you hear what she has to tell us today. Let's meet Alyssa Waters, Waters of Wisdom, to the show. Hello, Alyssa. It's such a pleasure to meet you.
Well, thank you so much for having me here. I'm so grateful.
We're grateful for having you, and I've just said so many phenomenal things about you. It was a really lot to say. You give me chills. I know spiritual life coaching. I feel your energy already through my hands. Believe it or not, guys, energy is a real phenomenon. Would you say?
Absolutely, that's all there is.
So let's dig into the show. How about it? Have a seat and welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. So let's just jump right in, if that's okay with you.
Absolutely, I'm ready.
Okay, so you say in your bio that you have the inner power to reach deep into the souls of individuals. Tell us more about that concept.
That's a very great question. So this is all about the human condition experience.
Okay.
And exposing that we're all having the same shared experience, and at the bottom of it and of this game of sorts is that we all just don't feel good enough.
Oh, okay.
And so I help guide others to the realization that they're the hero of their own stories. And we explore through heart, body, mind, and spirit.
Okay, so I said heart, mind, body, and soul, but would you say soul is spirit too, or they're two separate things?
To me, it's four corners.
Okay.
So heart, body, mind, and spirit, energy, soul, whatever, it's all just symbolism and different terminology, but we're all speaking of the same thing.
Okay, so let's just back up for a moment. I know I was anxious to jump into everything, and before we get a little too deep, tell us a little bit about yourself. I understand you have a little rocky background, like we all do, I'm sure. What did you call yourself tell us, just tell us a little bit about it. I know there was a little history of you told me alcohol and things like that, and it was a dark or a gray area. Tell us a little bit about you. How did you evolve to this phenomenal person and come out of such a dark area?
Well, I grew up here in Las Vegas. I wasn't born here, but I grew up here.
Okay.
And with all of that said, like many of us, we have had a childhood that isn't always supportive around certain things, around certain development.
Yes.
So I had gone through some experiences in my childhood that as a young adult had left me without tools of self-discovery or around my personal development, and it was creating a lot of stagnation. I had started drinking at 14, and I drank for 17 years and 5 years alcohol-free now.
Oh, I'm glad you're free, but 14.
Yeah,
oh my
14.
Gosh.
I developed with it, and I considered myself, now that I look at it, a gray area drinker. And what that means is that I was very high functioning. I didn't drink before work, or I didn't have bottles next to my bed, or it wasn't a situation like that, but there was a gray area between social and destructive.
Now, you said you started drinking at the age of 14. Was that because of peer pressure or because of the environment that you were in with your family, or where you were with yourself in your life? I mean, at 14, I'm just trying to think at 14 what I was doing. You're in high school, junior high, playing sports. What happened, at 14 that caused you to, you think, binge off to drinking?
Several things. And now I take a very compassionate, kind, and loving approach with myself.
Okay.
My mother was an alcoholic.
Okay.
And so I was exposed to that.
Gotcha.
Also, this city, I didn't realize that alcohol is a drug as well because of the way it's marketed and shown.
Las Vegas, you're saying?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Just alcohol in this country in general. And so what I had learned as an adult and over the last couple of years that I'm actually on the autism spectrum and have ADHD and quite energy sensitive as well. So it makes a lot of sense why now in these spaces I just didn't really know what to do with myself or necessarily how to be social and to be intimate with others when I felt so misunderstood all the time.
How did you develop a mindset to say, hey, you know what? I'm Alyssa Waters. I'm worth something more than this bottle or more than this drink. What were some tools that helped you get through that?
I love this question so much because self-worth is the foundation of everything that I do in my mission work.
Okay.
Because it's the realization that we all don't feel good enough on the bottom and that we need to remember that we are love and that we don't need to earn it. You are love and you do not need to earn it.
Wow.
We lose that sight and we chase for approval. We want to avoid rejection. We shame and guilt ourselves without having the personal development tools to help to be kind to ourselves and compassionate to ourselves, to get ourselves out of that shadow self, which is embedded in this human condition experience.
So to sum it up, you're kind of saying we don't need someone to validate, I love you. You should already know that you are love. As an individual, is that right? Or
well said. It's knowing that wants and needs are different things.
Okay.
And I had a confusion until my 30s that it was selfish to put my needs first. I had the idea that love was more of a self-sacrifice. And I had to wake up to the realization that putting my needs first is self-love. And that there's wants and needs are different things, but there's a need for peace, there's a need for boundaries, there's a need for creativity and growth and health.
Okay, so with that being said, what is it exactly is coaching? Also, I want you to tap into a little bit about what is a skeleton key to life. So kind of tell us a little bit about that. But before you answer that, let's explore yet another flavor with Alyssa when we return. Welcome back to the Dolls and Queens Talk Show, where we left off with Alyssa Waters. The question that we left off with was, I wanted to know, do you feel that people who undergo cosmetic or plastic surgery need health coaching of some sort? And would you want a person like me who's had it, I guess, just ask me, would I need it done prior to surgery or post-surgery? When do you feel that they need the life coaching or the coaching? Or do you even think we need it? I mean, because, hey, we're enhancing our bodies. We're not happy with this. We want to change that. Tell us. You're the expert.
Well, I believe that every human needs a success team. And a part of that success team could be a coach.
Okay.
Now, when you're exploring wanting to enhance your body or enhance your life or do some healing through any type of modality, it's really important to be able to talk with third-party persons that are unrelated to your life, since they can't project their fear onto you, and help you explore yourself. So that way you're making the best decisions for you and solutions that are true for you. Now, the coach will not be telling you what's right or wrong for you. It's just helping lead you and guide you towards your own solutions. So it could be beneficial for before and after. It really depends on that person and what their intuition is telling them, because ultimately we really need to be finding our own solutions, and that's exactly what coaching is about. Guiding others to their own solutions that are intimate with them, because that's only when we create long-lasting changes and results.
Wow, that's interesting. So you hear that, guys. She's saying that talking to someone, having a coach before and after having some type of body enhancement is a healthy thing, basically what you're saying.
It's a healthy
thing. It gets
thing.
you prepared, would you say mind, body, and spirit, or mind, body, and soul?
Exactly.
That's a good thing.
And around any time in life that you're feeling the need for a mirror.
So that's a positive thing. Let's go off on another angle with you.
Okay.
Everything's been positive with you. It's been great. So give us a little bit of this. I want to ask you now. Tell us, what's your theory about toxic habits? People that are toxic, because honey, let me tell you, there are some toxic people out there. Teach us about that. How do we get around that, get through that, or deal with those people? What are toxic habits, and how do we deal with those people?
So first we have to define that for ourselves, right?
What is toxic is what you're saying.
For me, right, because I can only speak of my experience and how I apply it. It might be a different definition for someone else. For me, it's anything that is energy depleting, that is taking away my energy or taking away productivity or constructive growth towards positive results in my life.
Wow. So you're just basically telling me that if we're around somebody that drains us, depletes us, or keeps us from being productive in our lives, or productive, say we're working on a project, something simple as doing a painting, and I'm not able to finish it because the toxic energy is in the air. The person may have came up and said, hey, something to me, and just the energy would stop me. I don't need to deal with that person. Is that kind of what you're saying? Or they're just toxic?
Well, that's when we want to take the dive within and ask ourselves really powerful questions of how can I be kind to myself in this moment, and how can I give myself the compassion that I need? That in that moment, it might just
to
be
deal with the toxic person or the toxic energy.
Right, and it might just be setting a boundary, and it might not have to be as radical as cutting somebody out of your life or behavior out of your life, but changing your relationship to how you approach it. So how does that person know your wants and your needs if you're not expressing them? So maybe it's always going to come back to us. We can't control the environments around us. We only have control for ourselves and our internal environment. So we can ask ourselves, well, what exactly do I need at this time? And how can I give myself that? And it really avoids resentments and spinning around saying, how the heck did I get here again?
Right.
I'm done learning my lessons and going round and round in that merry-go-round. I don't know about y'all, but eventually we've got to learn our lessons.
Yeah. And I'm asking it too because I know I've had spoken to several different people, probably over hundreds of people that have undergone body enhancement procedures, and they're always telling me, you know, I told my husband, or I told my boyfriend, or I told my family, and they're just against it, the negativity, and they're really on the positive type. So if it was someone as close as your spouse or your family that's saying, hey, don't have this surgery, don't do this, would they be considered toxic, or you just have to kind of do what you said, just filter around them, or learn how to deal with them, or still love them from afar, or what would it be?
When it comes to love, you can ask yourself, can I trust the love between me and this thing, or me and this person? So again, it's about taking the journey within.
But then people say, you know, that people wear their heart on their sleeve, and some people feel that gets them into trouble, and they should definitely go with their gut instinct, their mind, what the mind is telling them first. So tell me about that.
Well, when we're talking about wearing the heart on our sleeves, we can be empathic, courageous, compassionate, loving people, but still be very assertive and still hold good communication, good boundaries, and really understand and identify our needs. So that way they can be our GPS system of sorts on knowing which turns to take in life. When we're authentic, we're going to attract what's mostly authentic and compatible for us. So healing the wound of lack in ourselves so we can step into a thrive, abundant way of beingness. If you want to enhance yourself and extend your art, do it, baby.
Do it, baby.
All I'm saying is that you're going to hurt yourself more if we don't heal those spaces.
Deciding your flavor, we will find out what other dolls and queens have to say when we return. Thank you so much. back to the Dolls and Queens Talk Show. With all that has been shared by our guest today, Alyssa, let's consult the DQ advisors. Hello, DQ advisor. Welcome to the show. What's your flavor today?
Well, hey, Kayla, this is Billy Joe from Little Rock, Arkansas. How are you doing today?
Oh, hi, Billy Joel. How are you? From Little Rock. Welcome to the Dolls and Queens Talk Show. How can we help you today?
Well, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. And hi, Alyssa. I just want to tell you that I'm very impressed with what I'm hearing from you. And I do have some questions. One main one, though. I've been trying to meditate lately, and this is a real new thing for me, and it's been real difficult to kind of gain control of that and see kind of where I need to go with it. I just want to know, is this a tool that you feel might be beneficial to our spirits? And are there any other tools you find maybe more helpful in working with your clients or students? I'm not really sure what to call them exactly. I'm thinking students, possibly. Anyway, like to gain a healthy mindset, really.
Wow, what a beautiful question, and thank you for calling in today. Meditation is actually my favorite tool, just so happens.
Wow.
I have come to the realization that it's our most powerful tool to be able to heal actually in heart, body, mind, and spirit. And we have the ability to tap into worlds upon worlds upon worlds inside. So first of all, I want to congratulate you for being at this point in your self-love journey and having courage to experiment and look at new ways of learning about yourself and connecting with spirit. So wonderful job there. When it comes to meditation, it's all about coming back to breath and coming back to a non-judgmental space. Okay. Their meditation is about being so present in the moment that you're able to start training your mind to turn off the chatterbox that's never ending so that your subconscious can start speaking to you and with you more fully.
Interesting. Caller, did she answer your question?
She did, and she's given me a real look at what I need to do for myself, and I'm going to continue to move forward. And thank you, Alyssa. I really appreciate that.
You're wonderful.
Kayla, thank you for having me.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Thanks for calling in, and you have a fabulous, beautiful, loving day. Okay, let's move right on to the next caller. Hello, DQ Advisor. Welcome to the show. What's your flavor today?
Hi, Kayla. This is Chris from Montana.
Hi,
Thanks for taking
Chris.
my call.
Yeah, oh, sure, Chris.
I have a question for Alyssa. Hey, Alyssa. I'm really feeling your energy. I can relate to you in so many ways. I am too a recovered alcoholic for 5 years, and I started drinking at the age of 13.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you. I still find it hard at times to stay focused and not want to take a drink at stressful times. So my question to you is, how can your type of coaching be beneficial to me? And since I don't live in the same state as you, are you available for coaching long distance? And if you're not available, do you know of any resources I could look into in my state, just to keep me focused and to keep me on the straight and narrow?
Congratulations on your self-love and also waking up that you are the hero of your own story and the wonderful and important example you're giving to your community around you. First of all, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
13.
Yeah, I completely understand. I completely understand.
By a year, but he's got you beat. Oh
yeah,
my goodness.
so turns out you're 100% human. Suffering's a part of life. But there's 4 lines that I like to feed myself that I actually got out of the book called Self-Compassion by Kristen Lines. Are you ready, Chris?
Yes.
We're going to recite.
Right.
This is a moment of suffering.
This is a moment of suffering.
Suffering is a part of life.
Suffering is a part of life.
How may I be kind to myself in this moment?
How may I be kind to myself in this moment?
How may I give myself the compassion that I need?
How may I give myself the compassion that I need?
Beautiful. So by the time we're able to recite that, the stimulus part of our brain that triggers quicker than the actual processing to realize is this actually something that I want or not? It slows and it breaks down that process so you can come back to body, back to yourself, and you're learning how to nurture yourself. A lot of the times we're going to these spaces because we don't know how to manage or cope and we're overwhelmed.
Okay.
So maybe we need to call a friend. Maybe we need to go for a walk. Maybe we need to cut down hours at work or take a vacation.
Yes.
And how can I be compassionate to myself? Maybe I need to just acknowledge myself that I'm doing a great job and that I am enough.
Self-acknowledgement, and I definitely believe in that. That's very important. Love of self, self-acknowledgement, all those things, and you're not selfish. You're just being a better you, which causes you, in turn, to be a better person to others.
Correct.
So that's just how it is. Thank you for calling in.
Real quick, and they asked real quick about the, I actually do see people virtually.
Oh,
and
yes,
I do serve
of course.
globally.
I apologize.
So we do not have to be in the same state, in the state city to be able to work together. And I have a really, really beautiful, magical space that I meet virtually as if you were right in there with me in my space.
So how could this person, I'm sorry, caller, I'm lost in the conversation. You are, again, give me your name. Chris. So how can Chris reach you virtually? I mean, do you guys do a Skype or Facebook or FaceTime, or how could he tap into that?
I meet the needs of the client. So it could be over like Zoom video conference, over telephone.
Would he call you? How would he contact you? I guess that's what I'm asking.
You can call me at 702-808-7399 or visit my website at www.watersofwisdomlifecoaching.com.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Alyssa.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you.
loved, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ring.
Hello, DQ Advisor. Welcome to the show. What's your flavor today?
Hi, my name is Pearl and I'm calling from Dodge City, Kansas. How are you today?
Hi, Pearl. Oh, you have a nice, cute little squeaky voice, Pearl.
Oh, yeah. That's so awesome. Thank you so much. Alyssa, I was on your website and I was just kind of perusing everything, and I was kind of like having this thought of people have this notion that you can't mix science with spirituality or the unseen and unknown. So I was wondering how you blend your studies in sociology and psychology with your spiritual gifts in your coaching business.
Oh, I love this. That's a great question. So actually what we're doing when we're slipping into meditation or hypnosis or to sleep, we're actually going to alpha, theta, delta brainwave states. So right now we're actually in beta. So this is actually where the judgment system lives. This is where the ego lives. So what's actually happening during meditation, we're actually going to the same places that we go when we're sleeping. So the subconscious is running our body at all times. It's beta that shuts off when we're sleeping and allows it. It's the blah, 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 the chatterbox. So what happens is that eventually you train your mind and your body to get to such a place of stillness that the beta switches off, but you're in meditation, you're not actually sleeping. So there's different memory recall in these spaces and different places to explore. So my tip there is to be careful with judgment as you're having these experiences, because the moment you want to analyze it or judge it, you're going to put yourself right back into beta, and you're going to it's going to take a moment to drop back in.
Okay, got it.
It's actually where we're going in hypnosis too. All hypnosis is self-hypnosis.
Self-hypnosis.
Yeah, so that's a great question.
Wow. Did you get that, caller?
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
I'm proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you. So, our final prognosis for today is, what would you say? I'm going to give you the honor to tell them what is the final prognosis of this show today.
You are the hero of your own stories, and ultimately only you know what's best for you, regardless of all the noise around you, regardless of opinions, what society says. Everything is connected.
Everything's connected.
Everything is connected.
I would like to thank our guest, Alyssa Waters, for being a part of the Dolls and Queens Talk Show today. We enjoyed your flavor, and I want you to have a wonderful day, and as always, stay beautiful.
Thank you, Kayla. This was a blast. Thank you for having me.
Yes. Thank you for coming.
Hey everyone, my name is Kayla Cummings. I'm the host of the Dolls and Queens Talk Show. I'm personally inviting you or someone you may know who's had any type of body enhancements or would like to have body enhancements, to join our show for the new season. It doesn't matter how much or how little. Tattoos, veneers, body piercings, male by day, female by night. It doesn't matter. I love you anyway. Love the skin you're in.
Up next, the Dolls and Queens Beauties Bar Tip of the Week. Now, let's introduce this week's Beauties Bar Tip winner. This week's Beauties Bar Tip winner is Nikki Lopez from Vancouver. Congratulations, Nikki Lopez from Vancouver. You are the winner of this week's Beauties Bar Tip. Nikki's Beauty Bar Tip says, nourish your spirit, cleanse your heart daily, apply forgiveness, and practice self-love. If you know of a beauty tip and would like to enter a chance to have it read on our show or be a guest on our show, please visit our website at dqsurgerybar.com. Tune in every other Thursday on the CW Las Vegas network or visit our YouTube channel. And always remember, there's a flavor for everyone.